Hi everybody, my name's Kay Bailey and today I want to teach you a little bit about a thing called EFT. Never heard of it? EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique, and you might have heard of it with the name called tapping, or another name is emotional acupuncture. So just like acupuncture, where you have particular spots where they stick needles in and they're running along the meridians, this is using the same principle, but instead of needles, we're actually just going to tap the spot. So hence the name tapping. I want you to learn this skill and to learn a little bit about it because it is the best skill I have found for dealing with a whole range of emotions: anger, anxiety, stress, overwhelm, all of those emotions that affect our lives and affect our thinking. So what is it? So as I said, it's using the meridian points in our body that is the energy supplies up and down our body. And these particular points have been chosen because they're very easy to access. They're mostly on the face and the body. So they're easy to access and easy to learn this little routine. And that means that you can use it for yourself and by yourself. You don't need a practitioner as opposed to something like kinesiology or hypnotherapy or acupuncture, all of those therapies where you really need another person. This is something that you can learn and you can do for yourself. So imagine that when you're feeling really angry and really fed up, and you can use this technique to calm down. It's pretty cool. So there's a lot of research. It's not hocus pocus. And so one of my friends called Peter Stapleton, who works down at the Bond University in Queensland, has done a lot of the research and has done things like MRI scans of the brain and can see the changes in the stress response in the brain. And that's what's affecting the stress response. So we have a little bit in our brain called the amygdala, and it's the fight or flight center. And so when we're stressed, when we're angry, when something happens, that part fires. And it sends all of those emotions around your body that you've experienced. So think of a near car accident, and you can feel your heart starts beating, your palms start sweating, and you've got all this energy in your arms and legs. It's designed to run away from the tiger. And it's a really good system if there's a tiger chasing you. Unfortunately, most of our life, it's not a tiger. It's things that we can't run away from and we can't bash up. And so the stress builds up in our system and it causes a range of problems, from health problems to emotional problems to us yelling at people that we didn't mean to yell at. So if we can learn to calm that down, then we don't have that response that maybe we didn't really want to have. So sounds good? All right. So what we do is we first think of the problem. So let's say it is that someone's yelled at you and you want to yell back. So whether it's a child or a boss or your partner, you really can feel that emotion coming up in your body. And you're going, I need to yell back, and it's not going to be pretty if I do. Okay? So you feel that emotion and you think of that emotion, and we give it a number out of 10. So 10 means I am ready to blow the top off, all right? Whereas 1 means, yeah, that could annoy me, but yeah, not going to bother. Okay? So think about a situation that brings that anger up for you, or that anxiety or the stress or the worry, all of those emotions. And think about where you're feeling it. So I get a lot of mine sort of just around that belly button region, but it can be your chest, your back, your head, anywhere, and really feel that feeling. Now, one of the tricks in EFT is we actually say what we feel. And that is so different than any other modality at the moment. where we're told to think positive, don't dwell on the negative, always look on the bright side of life. And that's great advice, and I'm really into gratitude journals and thinking positive thoughts and reframing. But when we've got these feelings stuck in our system, none of that works. And it's like it's stuck. And putting all those pretty affirmations in there is a little bit like an analogy where you have a flower bed at the front of your house and you think it's full of weeds, and you go, I really want to make this pretty. So what you go to Bunnings, which is our local hardware shop, and you pick up some punnets of some really nice flowers and you put them in amongst the weeds. And you look at it and go, yeah, it still doesn't look any good. So what you need to do to make that garden look good is pull out the weeds. You've got to pull those weeds out. You've got to dig that garden up. Then you put your plants in, and now it's looking good. You put a bit of water on it, and now you can really start doing all those positive affirmations. So that's what's going on in you, inside your system. So you put the affirmations, I am successful, I am rich, I am happy, life is good, and it's going in with a bunch of weeds. And you've probably experienced it for yourself, where you've gone, I'm rich. No, I'm not. I'm actually got lots of debts. I'm having this fantastic life. No, I'm not. He just yelled at me and I'm broke and all these things are going wrong. And so no, I'm not. Yeah, but. And that happens to all of us lots of the time. And so affirmations are fantastic after you've pulled out the weeds. And EFT is the way we're going to pull out the weeds. So what we're going to do is listen to that voice of, yeah, you're not rich. No, you're never going to be successful. No, this is never going to work. You're actually going to listen to that voice and you're going to hear what it's got to say and actually say it. And it's like getting it out. It's like pulling those weeds. All right? So you're going to say, I feel crappy. I am really angry. I'm fed up with this situation. I've had enough of these people yelling at me. I'm not rich. As a matter of fact, I've got all these debts. You're going to say what you feel. You're going to say the real truth. And the closer you get to what your subconscious is actually saying, the better EFT works. So often people will say to me, I've tried tapping and it doesn't work. You haven't tried tapping with your own words, with what you're feeling. You've tried tapping with videos, and there's some really good ones out there, but because they're guessing, they're making, educated guesses as to what you're feeling. But that mightn't be exactly what you say. That's not tapping into your subconscious. So it's a really valuable idea to listen to what your subconscious is saying and say those words. All right. So where are the points? We start here, and it's called the karate chop point, and we do what's called a setup statement. And so that is telling our body what we're going to work on. So even though I am really mad and I'm really fed up with my partner or my kids and I've had enough, all right, so state what you feel, state what the problem is, and then we're going to say, and I love and accept how I feel. Now that's a very powerful statement, because what we're doing is we're accepting this is the situation. This is actually how we feel. And that's quite radical, isn't it? Because we're told, no, don't think bad thoughts, don't think like that. But it is what you're thinking. It is the truth. So let's accept it for the truth, because we can't fix something until we admit that it's there. So even though I am really mad at that person and I'm ready to punch them in the nose, I love and accept how I feel. Now, if you don't feel you can say that, if you feel like, I can't say I love myself, I can't say that, then say something like, I accept this is how I'm feeling, or I would like to improve this, or, something that's sort of a bit of a positive recognition for that's how you feel without having to say, I love and accept myself. So any of those are fine, because that's where we're trying to get to, is that acceptance that this is who we are. Okay. So even though I am really angry and I really don't want to talk to that person ever again, I love and accept that this is how I feel. Radical, huh? All right, the next spots. Now I'm going to take my glasses off. When I do the tapping, I usually leave them on, but I just want to show you the spots. Now the problem I've got is I can't see very well when I take them off. So here between the nose and the eyebrow, okay, and we use 2 fingers and we tap gently. Doesn't have to be hard, and it doesn't have to be fast. Just a gentle tapping between the nose and the eyebrow there. Okay. The next spot is at the end of the eyebrow, and you can feel your bone around your eye, and you go to the outside of that bone and you can tap in there. It's a little bit of a dip in there. Again, gently. Don't hurt the eye. None of this is on the eye. This is on the bone around the outside. Okay. The next one's under the eye, again on the bone. Okay, not on the soft bit, on the bone, but directly under the eye. You see that there? And again, 2 fingers, just gently like that. We don't count, but it's, 10 times, something like that. Under the nose, so just there on that top lip. Now the next spot you will see referred to often in books as the chin spot, but it's not. It's actually under the lip. So, that little crease there on that spot. So it's above the chin, on the crease. Okay, so just using 2 fingers. If your arm gets tired, that's fine. Swap hands. All right, the next spot, it's really easy if you just do this, rather than trying to find the specific spot. So under your collarbone, on your ribs, just a bit out from centre, and tap. You can tap 2 hands, 1 hand, hop swap, any of those. Okay, and the next one is actually under your arm. So if you go under your arm, right to the centre, and again, flat hand, just tapping like that. And the very last spot is on the top of your head. Okay? So they're the tapping spots. As you can see, they're easy to access. You might read a chart which talks about some finger spots or wrist spots, but we just do these. This is called, put them on so I can see again. This is called clinical EFT. So the reason we're calling it clinical EFT is that this is the EFT that is used in the research. So these are the spots, and this is the research, that any research you read about EFT will be using those spots in that order. So there's researchers, as I said, Peter Stapleton, look up her research at Bond University. She's done some amazing stuff on stress for kids at school, on weight loss, on, what else has she done? On eating disorders. So she specialises in that. There are other people in America specialising in things like post-traumatic stress and anxiety issues. Pain is another one that it works for. So any of those things where the stress and the emotions have got caught in the body. And the different researchers around the world are sort of concentrating on different things. So pretty cool. And it's proper research. There's a test where they test how much cortisol, which is your stress hormone, and they can show that just a round of tapping has changed the stress hormone. There's other ones, as I said, that do brain scans and show the stress change. So this is scientific proof behind it, and this round of tapping that we've just done is the tapping that they use. All right, so how it would work, we would do our setup statement. I am really angry, I'm fed up, I've had enough. And then we just repeat little bits of it. I'm so angry, I'm so fed up, it's too hard. I don't even want to talk to the person. I'm really annoyed. I'm so angry. I'm fed up. I've had enough. Now you might do that 2 or 3 times. Take a deep breath. And then I want you to tune into your body again and go, has that anger gone down? Maybe it's changed. Maybe it's now sadness, or maybe it's frustration, or, it can change feelings, it can move, it can change where it is in the body. The other thing that can happen is it can get worse. So you go, look, it was only a 6 or a 7, but now it's a 10. That's actually really good, because what you've done is tap into your feelings. Before, you were so used to pressing them down and saying, no, I don't get angry, that you weren't noticing them. So it's not that the anger's got worse, it's that you've become more aware of it. So that's how we do tapping. That's why we do tapping. And I hope that helps. By all means, ask me questions, and I will keep putting up videos of different types of issues that you might like to tap on, everything from pain to anger and money issues. And basically follow me as we do tapping rounds, and you will get that result. But the more you can use your own words, the better it will work. So enjoy this video, learn the tapping spots, and I will see you in further videos where we tap along together. Okay, bye for now. See you soon.